morning, everyone. How are you? Oh my goodness. Welcome to Sarah's Kitchen. Here's a whole other view today. We are going to make our pumpkin rolls, pumpkin spice rolls, and I'm actually gonna do two videos. We're gonna go live on YouTube and Instagram. Why not? We might as well do it all. And then we gotta flip the camera over. All right, so here we are, and I'm gonna put this here so everyone can see everything. Hope you guys are having a great day. This is our live session on YouTube and Instagram. So my Instagram friends, I love you, we're live. We are making pumpkin spice rolls. We are gonna start, this is very similar to the cinnamon rolls that you guys all love, but this is going to have the pumpkin in the dough. Cheers. It's tea time. Happy Wednesday. We're gonna start. It's similar, but it's a little different. So we're gonna start with 1 cup of whole milk. You may use any milk you like. You can even use almond milk if you want to be vegan. I'm cool with that. That'll all work. We start with 1 cup of milk, 1 pinch of salt, I'm so glad I have my live Instagram friends talking to me. I love you. We're doing a live YouTube feed also, so this will go on YouTube for you guys to see. We're starting Cinnabons, but pumpkin spice Cinnabons. These are spectacular. 1 cup of milk. All right, everyone. Pinch of salt. We're gonna put 2 tablespoons of butter in this. Hello and welcome, everybody. 2 tablespoons of room temperature or cold butter. It doesn't make any difference. Just get it in there. Since I didn't cut it with a knife, it didn't really come out straight. So there's another pinch of that. This is so super simple. Similar to the cinnamon roll that I always make. I'm gonna have my yeast. It has to be active dry yeast for the Cinnabons. You guys always DM me asking if you can use others. No, it has to be this one for Cinnabons. So that's gonna go in there. There's also going to be I have 3 cups of flour measured, and I always bring another half in case it needs a little bit more and I don't add it all at once. You're gonna put 1 egg in there, and we're gonna bring a big, beautiful blue egg today from my baby chicks. DM me about that because I'm doing a YouTube live and that'll be weird. But okay, so I'm gonna address the questions that I'm getting on Instagram. We're gonna chit chat it here like that. I was on Hell's Kitchen and I have put a call into them for them to send me the segment so I can put a couple of pieces of it on Instagram. I believe it was season 4. It was years and years and years ago. It aired in 2009 or 8. And it was called Cooking with the Housewives. I was on one of the segments of that season. So, okay, the butter is gonna melt and you're just gonna turn the milk off. You want your milk to get to about 113, maybe 117 degrees. And that is the state where the yeast will develop, okay? You don't wanna overheat it. The minute you see it's hot, you'll still have a chunk of butter right here. It's okay, you just let that be. Now, I have foolproofed this dough, and I have one from yesterday, actually 2 days ago that I started, and I'm gonna walk you guys through it, and I'm gonna bring this to this state, and then we're gonna roll it. You guys are gonna see the whole thing today happen. And I have time, I have till about 12 o'clock before I have to go get to the kids. So now from here, from right here where the milk is warm and the butter is melted, you're gonna add 2/3 of a cup of pumpkin puree. Now I hope you guys know that if you have pumpkin puree, it's not pure pumpkin. It has yams in it, it has potatoes in it. It's fine. If you are like me, I like to use my own pumpkins that I buy for the season, and we cook them and we use them. That's a little stronger. So if you ever, I will do a piece on that too. If you ever do that, you gotta know that the ratio is different. It's not the same as the canned pumpkin. It's thicker and heavier. I'm making Cinnabons, but pumpkin spice Cinnabons. So I'm gonna put, now I put my pumpkin in there before my yeast. Did you guys notice? And I did that because I wanna temper the milk. The milk was too hot. Now I'm gonna add 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, and I can eye it. Please don't eye it. You guys measure. You need a measuring spoon. That's fine. And that goes in there, and that is perfect. This is not quite thick enough. I'm gonna put another tablespoon in there, and we're gonna let the yeast get activated, and that means it's just gonna bubble up. Then we're gonna add, it's going to be so good. Then we're gonna add the 1 egg and the flour in there, and then we're gonna roll it into a ball. And when I say roll it, there's no rolling. We're just gonna keep turning it around till it forms into a ball, and then we're gonna cover it and let it rise. And when it rises, this is the magic of not TV, but the magic that I have been baking 2 days, and I keep putting this on my stories, and you guys are asking me, where's the rest of the recipe? The rest of the recipe is right here. So when you roll it, this is done. Let's make room for what we're doing next and move the milk. Now back to the dough that we were making, we're gonna add some pumpkin pie spice to that. Okay, I put 2 teaspoons, put as much as you like, and I'm gonna add some cinnamon to that also. It's right behind you guys, so don't mind me. My kids love the spices. There's some cinnamon. So that got 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, you guys see, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then now what I'm gonna do is, this is still warm, you guys see that. I'm gonna add the flour, the 3 cups, a little bit though, because I wanna add the egg and I want the egg to get mixed in there. Don't worry, your yeast will get activated. You can add chocolate, you can add, do the chocolate as the filling. You can add nuts, again, as the filling. Okay, so now look at that consistency. I brought it to that consistency. It's a little thicker than, say, pancake batter. And now I'm gonna add the egg. You could add the egg to the pumpkin puree and then add it in there. That'll all work. You just don't wanna scramble your egg, so you don't want it to be too hot. And now I'm gonna add the rest of the 3 cups of flour, and I'm just kind of turning it. I'm just turning it just like that. I've had these dishes for so long. This is the best thing for you guys because you get to just see what I'm doing. Notice I only added the 3 cups of flour and I don't need to add any more, even though I have a little extra. You never know if it's gonna need more or not. Don't go more because you can't take away. And I don't want you to add water or milk to this. You're gonna change the consistency for the yeast. It's a different kind of dough you're making. You can't just go ahead and add liquid to it. It's not a pasta dough. So you're just gonna use one of these soft spatulas, rubber spatulas, and just kind of fold it, mush it, smudge it, whatever you want to call, and there it comes into a ball like that. And that is it, really. Just kind of keep folding it from bottom up. Fold it over and over. You're not going to overwork this because this yeast that's in here is going to slowly activate, and this will bubble up like that. It'll puff up and come up. And remember, you can do this if you're in a hurry. You can start this in the morning, and by afternoon it's had 2 rises. It is important that it rises twice. If you have time, make it a day ahead. That's what I did. So this is the dough that I'm going to show you guys how to roll. Is a day old. I started it yesterday. Actually, I started it 2 nights ago. There's your ball. That's all you need to do with that. And then you're going to cover this with a plastic. And I'm going to use the plastic from my old dough because I'm going to roll that for you guys now. You're going to give this at least a few hours for it to bubble up, puff up. The yeast is slowly going to activate. It's going to feed on everything that's in there, the sugar that's in the pumpkin. You can also add a 1/4 cup to 2 tablespoons of sugar to this. I didn't. I'm going to add it in my filling. Don't panic if you don't, and if you do, that's fine. Now you're going to let this rise, and you're going to cover it with a dishcloth or a kitchen towel. So the heat that it has from warming up the milk will stay intact, and it'll help the yeast get activated. That's all. That'll take a few hours. All right. Then I've been just baking like crazy, and I'm putting a challenge for myself. I'm gonna make something fall season-y for you guys every day. Every day we're gonna have a fall pumpkin, butternut squash, something seasonal with pumpkin every day till it's October 17th, let's say till Thanksgiving, because I'm not going anywhere and I will be here and we can bake. Oh my gosh, you are so cute. You know, I keep telling you guys, this is a real kitchen. We cook whatever I cook here. DM me about a cooking job if you're looking for one. But this is a real kitchen. Whatever I cook, it's for home, for friends, for loved ones. Now I'm gonna show you guys the dough that I made, which is the same pumpkin spice dough yesterday. So we're 1 step ahead of the one we just made. This is how it's gonna be. It's gonna puff up. You're gonna pop it out, just like that, if it wants to agree. There it is. Look at that beautiful thing. Oh, and scrape the bottom of your pot. This is all good stuff. Scrape it out. Yes, it's gonna smell like a little, maybe like beer. That's beautiful. That's fermentation from the yeast and the flour and the sugar. That's exactly what you want. Give it some more flour just so it doesn't stick to your hand and you don't waste it. And just, look, I found a little piece of crust. This is why we cover it with plastic, so it doesn't get crusty and dry. And if it does, if it gets a little crusty and dry, just flick it off. It's not gonna hurt anything, just move it off. Remove it from your dough, and this is my dough. Now, there's another piece of crust. Gosh, you know what happens is the kids come and peek at it. They're like, ooh, what's mom making? And they had no idea this was pumpkin. Usually I put pumpkin spice, pumpkin puree as my filling. This is the first time I actually put it in the dough. So they lift it and they go, ah, what is that she's making? It smells pumpkin-y. It smells spicy from the pumpkin pie spice and the cinnamon. It's so beautiful. Now remember, one of you DM'd me. Remember guys, I've told you before with my other doughs, before I roll it, I'm gonna stick it in the refrigerator for about maybe 15 to 30 minutes. Because what will happen is this is so soft right now, and this is a real kitchen. You guys have seen clips of this on Instagram or YouTube where it goes really fast. It's not realistic. This is real dough, really soft and tender. If you want to work with it where you roll it out and then smooth it over, then you're going to add your butter, you're going to add more filling, cream cheese, fruit, chocolate, whatever you want to do. It takes time and your body is warm. So this dough is going to melt, and the minute you come to roll it up, it's going to stick to your counter. You can add a lot of flour for it not to stick, but then the flour will make your dough hard. So don't do that, just skip all that. Right now, I'm gonna remove the excess flour it has. I'm just gonna rub my hand over it. It's perfect, and it's gonna go right into the refrigerator. And it's just gonna sit there for about a half an hour. And I'm gonna pop it in here. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of flour in the bottom just so it doesn't stick. I'm gonna pop it in here. Okay, and I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 15, 20 minutes, and then we're gonna roll it. We're gonna do the filling. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna put it in our dish. And I've told you 100 times, I make this all the time. Even if you guys don't see me going live with it, I have made every variation of this dough. So today I'm gonna tell you guys another secret. I'm gonna put it in a rectangle dish so it has only 2 layers. It has the bottom layer and the top layer. And that, once I do the frosting, I'm gonna do a cream cheese frosting. The top layer is gonna get crispy because it's open in the oven, and the bottom layer is gonna get crispy. Oh my gosh, they'll fly away, fly away. Okay, so I will come back. I'll do another live with you guys in about 10 minutes. We're gonna go back live and we are gonna roll this out and do the filling, roll it up, get my oven going, and get this started. I'm so glad you watched. This was a good short footage video clip for you guys to see the dough. And once this rises, I'll do a whole other one with different fillings, maybe chocolate and pecans. But I will come back and we will show you how to roll it out and do the filling. Love you guys.